Good day to respective lecturer Dr. Yusuf and dear classmates. So for today's presentation, I would like to present on contingency leadership theories. So let me start with the first slide. Okay. Now, contingency theories and model variables introduction. It was created in 1951 by Fred E. Friedler. Contingency leadership theories attempt to explain the appropriate leadership style based on the leader, followers, and situation. So they have a three concept. I would like to highlight it again based on Fred E. Whitler's creation, which is focus into leader, followers, and situation. Now, I would like to go ahead with the framework for contingency leadership variables, which is focused into three part followers, leader, situation. So followers, they are looking into capability and motivation. Leader focus into personality traits, behavior, and experience. In the last part, we need to know about the situation based on task, structure, and environment. Now, when we're talking about leadership theories with leadership models, so leadership theory is an explanation of some aspect of leadership and also leadership model example of emulation or use in any given situation. So this is leadership. They're gonna talk about a leadership, but when they are looking into the model, how this leadership is implemented into this model. So this is basically between leadership theories with leadership model. But when focus into contingency leadership theory and model, now I would like to highlight here on the contingency leadership theory is used to determine if a person's leadership style is task or relationship oriented and if the situation leader member relationship task structure and positive power matches the leader's style to maximize performance. So when looking at here, it is more into a person's leadership style, right? Focus into the task or relationship oriented, and if the situation leader with the employee or the member relationship or else task structure and positive power matches the leader style to maximize the performance. So each of the leadership oriented must be matched with the performance that they are focusing into an organization. So if the focusing or the matches is mismatched, is not connected with, this model is not completely being used by the leader. So this is focus into contingency leadership theory and model. So I would like to share one YouTube video. So let me little bit explain about this video. Okay, Puan Sarah is a head nurse manager in medical ward. She currently in major problem, which is a management, which is a staff always complain about a ward management. That means Puan Sarah is being a head nurse manager, but she always have a positive review or positive comments from her staff. Always complain about a ward management. Maybe she's not good to manage her wards, right? Ward means is the place where the patients will be staying. Puan Sarah started to thinking about the effectiveness of a leadership style. Now, to be to to comes out with the effective management, I'm sure Puan Sarah must also focus into a leadership style. So, in order to improve her leadership, she attend a leadership course to solve the problem, right? For her to get more idea, right? To get a more involvement to be a good leadership skill, then it is better for her to attend a leadership course. So this is called normative decision model. So now, when we're looking at leadership style and the LPC, least preferred co-worker skills, right? So this is we'll be talking about the first step in using the contingency leadership theory is to determine whether your dominant leadership is task oriented or relationship oriented. And the LPC stands for least preferred co-worker skills, answers that doubt because when you are the leader or holding an important position into in an organization, there are two types of employees will be working with us. One is task oriented, another thing is relationship oriented. And definitely not all the employers will be happy when we are the one holding the management position. So we can have our scale rating and least preferred co-worker scale. Okay, maybe from 1 to 10, maybe for example, you are giving one question something as I am a disciplined leader into this organization. So your employer need to give you the rating from 1, which is poor agree, until to 5 scale, which is strongly agree. So for this, maybe you can have 10 different kind of question, and the last part you can collect the data. So the LPC is a test that determines which leadership style one has. So when you're doing the leadership test with your employees, you can you can actually evaluate yourself in which leadership style you are having one. So let me go into few types of leadership which is focused into situational favorableness. It refers to the degree to which a situation enables the leader to exert influence over the followers. The more control the leader has over the followers, the more favorable the situation is for the leader. So this is more into you are controlling the situation, and also you're gonna influence the followers like they need and they must follow the instruction from your side. So this is one way of situational favorable. Now another one will focus into leader member relations. Is the strongest factor. Leaders with good relations have more influence, right? When the leaders have a good relationship with their co-employees, employer and employees relationship plays an important role for the successfulness of the certain organization. The better the relation, the more favorable the situation will be. Now, when we're looking at previous slides, leaders is a structured situation have more influence, right? The more structured the jobs are, the more favorable the situation. Structured situation here is, for example, now you are being a leader into organizations of which is manufacturing a product, right? So when you're looking into a manufacturing product, your intention will be to complete the manufacturing aims, right? So your situation more into the structured situation, and your favorable is once your employees are cooperating to complete the project, then the relationship will be more better with them. So when you're going into position power, is the weakest factor. The leader is a position of power. As more influence, the more power, the more favorable the situation. So that means you should not influence your employees or co-workers with the position that we are holding. So determining the appropriate leadership style. Now we have to answer three questions in order to know in which situation we are ourselves in. So this is a self-evaluation. Depending on the situation, we are going to end up in an appropriate leadership style for that. So these are the Fredler contingency. Okay, let me explain about this part, which is focused into three different questions. Are leadership followers relations good or bad, or in the task repetitive or non-repetitive? Is the leader's power strong or weak? And then you will have the evaluation based on the situation that you're facing now and appropriate style for situation. For example, here is the starting point. So when you're focusing into relationship term into good, it is divided into two part, which is repetitive task. They're gonna repeat the same work on over the same day, over the days as going on run repetitive. Okay, usually manufacturing, they always repeat the same types of production. Non-repetitive means we can call as the situation which is not similar. For example, like principal with the teacher, because the daily situation will be different outcome from how the principal facing with the students together, how the teacher is facing with the students. So this part we call as non-repetitive. And how evaluation you can give when repetitive, is it strong or weak? If the situation is strong, then you're going to focus into task. Even if the situation is weak, also you need to focus into the task. So non-repetitive, okay, if the principal and the student have a strong leader skill, you're going to look at the third degree task. That means we need to try out few types of a task so they can choose which task is suitable for the non-repetitive, right? For the leader to practice at his corporation. So this is the LPC contingency leadership model. Style matches the situation. The manager does nothing. If the LPC leadership style does not match the situation, the manager changes the situation to match a LPC leadership style. Now I will move on quickly into the next part, criticism. Okay, the leader should change his or her leadership style rather than the situation. It is very rigid model. Not all the situation can apply be for a particular style. So a leader must also be ready to receive the comments and criticism by their co-workers. So next we look at the leadership continuum theory and model. Okay, Robert and Tenenbaum and Warren Suchmi, they are the researchers. Forces of variables, boss, subordinates, and situation. And this is their leadership model, Socratic style and participation style. So they have the categories for that. And yeah, I would like to share one video. Okay, so this video is showing I will do X, I will do X, another person saying as do X. So when the three of them have a conflict, right? So this video will explain which one to be chosen the best. Now let's we move on into the recommendations part. The leader become a group member when allowing the group to make decisions The leader clearly states the style being used. The leader not trying to trick the followers into thinking they made a decision that was actually made by the leader. And it is not the number of decisions the followers make, but their significance that counts. So, a leader should also give the member time for them to make a decision, also to share their opinion. In applying the concept, okay, there's a few parts where we can use this concept for a healthy organization. And yeah, motivation, path clearance, and also there is a leadership model for this part. So the situational factors, we're looking at a subordinate authoritarianism degree, locus of control, internal, external, ability to perform tasks and achieve goals. So that's all for today where I like to share into my presentation. I hope that all of you will get the benefit of looking at my presentation on the contingency leadership skills. Last but not the least, always remember that a leader will also make others to follow with you, but not he is the only one to hold the power of everything. So that's all for today. Thank you everyone, and thanks Dr. Yusuf to give me the opportunity to do the presentation. Thank you so much.